I resolved a potentially chronic autoimmune illness almost 14 years ago now. And I really engaged lifestyle, right? Like that was my reclamation of choice. I understood, okay, what I eat for breakfast, what time I go to bed, what I do first thing in the morning, these things all matter. I didn't think they mattered. I was told in medical school they don't matter. And in fact, they do. So I reclaim my power of choice through these, I call it chop wood, carry water, through these basics. And in my process over these years, I still come back to the basics. Like right now, I'm actually exploring like some dietary change and adjustment, right? So many years later. And I want to come into ever amplified communication with my own body. I want to make sure that is cool, that I am caring for this body with intentionality and consciousness. And that affords me the space. The space comes from that foundation to work on relationships, to work on bigger questions. I mean, last night I was sitting down saying, what do I actually want out of my career?
Right?
Like, what am I doing actually? Like, why am I doing this? How will I know when I'm happy? I mean, I've had the same essentially business model for the past decade. And I've asked that question probably hundreds of times. And every single time I revisit it, I have the luxury to explore these meta questions when my relationship to my body, my routine, my self-care, and my lifestyle is, back online or, sort of.
I love that.
Stronger, right? So and then I come around and around and around and around. And the one thing, I mean, as you were speaking, I was thinking, wow, if there is one thing I could communicate to women in this moment, because, I share my journey pretty publicly. And I do so because I delight in how almost generic it is, right? Like how almost universal it is and how many women can relate to so much of what I have experienced in my 40s.